Good morning, Paul and Uday. Today is Wednesday, September 27th, and here's the heads-up briefing for today. Paul, today's brief consists of 67 issues in total. We had a total of 58 issues in APAC and 9 issues in EMEA. In APAC, in East Asia Pacific, we covered 33 issues, North Asia 6 issues, South Asia 19 issues, along with the major developments in the EMEA region.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead. Thank you.
Starting off with East Asia Pacific, in New Zealand, police in Wellington have tightened security and locked down streets ahead of a planned protest by the Freedom and Rights Coalition at the Parliament premises tomorrow. The protest is part of the Abandon Agenda 2030 movement, and the restrictions made by the police will remain in place until 12 a.m. local time on September 29th.
Thank you.
In North Asia, in China, the Ministry of Public Security has issued a traffic safety warning for travelers during the upcoming Mid-Autumn Festival and National Day holiday. These holidays will take place between September 29th and October 6th. The ministry anticipates a surge in outbound traffic from cities on the first day of the holidays.
Okay, thanks.
In Southeast Asia, authorities in Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and Laos have warned of adverse weather conditions over the coming days. In Thailand, it will mainly affect Bangkok, Nonthaburi, and Samut Prakan provinces. The ongoing weather conditions are caused by a tropical depression affecting the region, and there is a high possibility of inundation in low-lying areas.
Okay, yep, thank you.
In Malaysia, the Ampang Kuala Lumpur Elevated Highway and the Duta Ula Kelang Expressway in Kuala Lumpur will be closed on September 30th and October 1st to accommodate an international marathon. A total of 29 roads in the city will be closed as well.
Okay, just if you could get someone to let me know how many people are expected, both as participants and also crowd size. Just flick me that later today, would you?
Okay, sure, Paul. Moving over to South Asia, in Bangladesh, at least 10 members of the Awami League party were injured during a clash in Mirsarai, Chattogram yesterday. The clash broke out between supporters of two factional groups of the Awami League.
So okay, thanks.
Yeah, Paul, I'd just like to add that this is a classic example of a turf war in Bangladesh. Parties will fight within themselves to gain recognition ahead of the elections. So we'll see more of this in the coming months.
Yep, thanks. Yeah, we're expecting a lot more violence as we close in on the elections. Yeah. Thank you.
In India, thousands of people held protests in Imphal Valley, Manipur yesterday. The protest was against the killing of a Meitei couple in Churachandpur. Nearly 50 people were injured during the demonstrations as clashes broke out with the security forces.
The government's lack of ability to control this is really concerning at this point. The violence has been broke out in May, and we are in October now nearly, and violence is still not going down. Thanks.
Yep.
Moving over to the EMEA region, concerning Sweden's membership bid to enter NATO, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan yesterday said that the Turkish parliament will ratify Sweden's NATO membership if the US approves the sale of F-16 jets to Turkey.
This is interesting. Turkey has been playing this game for a while now. It took time to approve Finland's membership. So let's see if the US approves the sale and Turkey takes away all the conditions for Sweden.
Yes, Uday. Moving over to the Serbian-Kosovan tensions, Kosovan Interior Minister Zelal Svecla claimed evidence is mounting that Serbia is involved in terrorist actions in Kosovo. He claimed that Serbia, through the Serbian list, which is a minor political party in northern Kosovo, is trying to destabilize the region.
Keep a close eye out on this, Bassel, especially given the weapons that were recovered in the last few days, so we can update clients. Thanks.
Yes, sure. We're monitoring this closely. And lastly, in Burkina Faso, hundreds of protesters rallied last night in support of the current president, Ibrahim Traore, after rumors of a coup in Ouagadougou. Several protesters claimed that security forces at Camp Paspanga intended to overthrow the current regime.
That's interesting, considering that the current president came on the back of the growing insecurity. So considering that insecurity is still high in the country, and in fact increasing, this is something to monitor closely, Bassel.
Sure, Uday. Is there anything else, Paul?
Yes, Uday, you will have seen correspondence between myself and our chap in Jakarta about both emerging potential presidents in Indonesia in the next election are basically both potential beneficiaries of directing anger against China and China's meddling. They're also starting to spread rumours to blame a lot of the unrest being targeted, not against the mainland Chinese, but violence against Chinese Indonesians. Prabowo is not the only one to benefit, so I think we need to start looking at an assessment to look at the violence being directed that is electoral-based violence, albeit there's a whole myriad of excuses they're bringing forward to blame it on anything other than it's actually being concocted to assist their political agendas as we move towards the elections. After we do that assessment, let's target 10 days or 2 weeks from now, no longer than 2 weeks most certainly. Then we'll see if we need to do a regular fortnightly or even a monthly just leading up to the elections. I'm not convinced yet we do, but let's just have a look at an assessment with an open mind on how much violence there has been, okay?
Yeah, Paul, I'll get the team on this. We actually did cover a couple of the topics in our Indo semi-fortnightly the last time, but we will have a deeper look into this.
Yeah, thanks. I think it needs to be dedicated because it needs the assessment to be election-based in terms of the points that were raised in our private WhatsApp conversations today, okay?
Yep, understood, Paul. Got it.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Well done today.